don't forget to go subscribe to our channel. My name is Winston on Cowboy Ranch Life, and today we're just catching up on some stuff we've got done on this 4520 so far. If you guys have followed before, we've got some parts of this that when we first got it and are working on it. This is just an update. As you know, I made the battery box. I had to take the battery out actually because there was battery cables hanging in there. We had to take this side panel off. It was just an ordeal to get all that off, to get the battery cable drug out of there, the old battery. As explained in the other parts why we were doing this. If you guys haven't watched the other parts, please go back and watch them. Really the reason is because the longer battery cable you have, the lower voltage you have to the starter, which then causes your tractor to start worse or harder. And so that we're going to put cables from the solenoid to the battery, and then the ground is actually grounded from the starter to the battery, and then there's actually going to be a hot wire from the of the battery to here. Also, if you guys know, if you guys have been watching our channel, that we put this bracket here to hold the steps on. I twisted that, made that bracket, but unfortunately it was not strong enough because the steps still wiggled a little bit, which now they are not. So I put this edge here and welded it all on, and then we put this angle down here and welded it on. It's all going to get painted so it will blend in perfectly to the rest of the tractor, and you shouldn't be able to tell it's not factory. Also, Justice put a brand new seat on this tractor. Looks awesome. It fit great. The reason we left the plastic on it is because the plastic acts like a seat cover, and since these tractors could be sitting out in the weather for a while, just depending on what we use them for, we always try to leave that on when we're putting a brand new seat on a tractor. We always try to leave that plastic on just to kind of helpful and preserve it as long as we can. We're still looking for a breather for it, guys. We're looking for at a scrap yard. I don't know if we're going to get one from there or just get a new one. It's just depending on prices. We haven't got any prices back yet, but we are going to be doing that. Also, I'm trying to think. We took some stuff off of the other fender. There was some light switch gadget stuff that really had no need to the tractor. Also, it was a sensor, which I'll come over here to the workbench and get. But there was a sensor, which is right there. And I'm not sure what it was for, but it was actually down there on the front wheel, on the left front wheel. And so we took that off because there's no point in having that for our projects. And also we took the fuel tank off, I guess. So when we take the fuel tank off, we take these bolts off down here, and then the cameraman, which is my brother, which is doing an awesome job, if he'd come over here, we will see that there's a shut-off valve here. We shut that off, which then shuts all the fuel off to the tractor. We undo here. There was a cross or a T here, and there was a line that came out of this T and went to the front fuel tank. But we took that out, put a straight line in, and then put our lines all back together as they would be factory, because there's no need for that front fuel tank for what we're using. Then we just turn the valve back on. We're ready to roll with that, guys. Also, if you notice, there's the canopy came with this tractor. We are not going to be using the canopy, but we will just leave those mounts just in case when we ever decide to sell this tractor, or we don't need it anymore, or maybe if for some reason we do decide to use them to keep the sun off of us for some reason. So we're going to keep the mounts on because there's really not a benefit to taking them off, but that is one thing that we are keeping on this tractor. Also, we are going to be getting a rain cap for the exhaust on this tractor, probably because we try to keep the rain out of the exhaust and the exhaust manifold. It's not good to have rain or any kind of water or that type of stuff in the exhaust, snow, ice, etc. So we're going to be trying to do that, guys. The engine's overall pretty clean. This is a pretty straight tractor. If you can see that, there's not very many dents or dings on the top of the hood there. So we're going to still need to test out the lights, and we're going to be needing to test out a few other things to make sure they work accurately and efficiently as possible. So, with that said, guys, that is an update on Cowboy Ranch Life YouTube channel. If you haven't already, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go subscribe to us down below. Follow us on Instagram, where you will catch clips of us that are not necessarily on stuff like this, or maybe they are, but they're not big enough to put on YouTube. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate every view that you guys give us and every shout out you guys give us. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.